The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to our Tetris Attack 2022 Speedrun Tournament, hashtag TA2022. Today we've got ourselves a number 5 seed looking to stay undefeated and a number 20 seed looking to get on the board. How you doing? I'm a Tetris Attacker. You can call me TA. Joining me on the mic today is Six. How you doing, Six?
Hello. I am doing fine. I am ready for another day of puzzle matches with either expected or crazy results. Either way, it's going to be a good show for us.
Good show all around. I know your team Chaos will see some good shows regardless of how the results shake out. Another good one starting the day today. For those of you with us on Twitch, we got 4 matches coming today. For those on YouTube, thanks for joining us. Check out the rest of the series. There's a lot going on here. But first, we will kick over to our own head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, for a quick explainer video for those who might be a little unfamiliar with the game or perhaps how we play it here today.
Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in August 1996 for North America and November 1996 for Europe. It was also broadcast on the Japanese Teleview service from November 1996 until the service was discontinued in June 2000. As a match 3 puzzle game, if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you'll need to do more than simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also send garbage to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage blocks to your opponent that can quickly add up if stacked correctly. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear and then have the panels directly above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will also make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break the stack through the top, you lose, so you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you'll have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponents that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think they can no longer make a move. That said, due to the way this game handles combo garbage as well as the overall speed of these opponents, you will almost exclusively see our players make them run out of time through timely garbage attacks. Easy mode has 10 stages, normal mode has 11 stages, and hard and V-hard, as we call it, have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. The first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win a predetermined number of races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players.
All right. Quick rundown, some housekeeping before we get to the action here today, just so we're all clear on the ground rules, how we've been playing here in this tournament. All matches are played on 1-player versus mode, which is our preferred speedrun format here in this community and here in the tournament today. Groups of 4 evenly split groups, and everyone's playing each other, full round robin. Best of 5 matches. First of 3 wins, and we're playing on every difficulty. Well, if we get to them, starting on a player agreed mode, both players agree on round 1, and then from there loser picks. And we've seen already quite a bit of counter picking strategically as all 4 modes play different. If we end up at a round 5, game 5, then the loser of game 4 gets to pick any of the 4 speeds, because there's they've all been played at least once. By the end of next week, we should have our bracket. Best top 2 players out of each group are going to make it to that bracket. And we have a prize pool. If anyone would like to donate into that pool, the crowdfunded pool is going to be split up as shown on screen here, with a little bit going to every place, including first at 40, working on down everyone who makes bracket, winner of redemption bracket, and 1 additional raffle off for someone who didn't place in one of those spots. Twitch bits, Twitch subs, Prime subs if you've got them. Or direct donations there on the link. Anything is much accepted and much appreciated, and that will get 1 extra layer of something to play for all of our runners, on top of all of just the fun and glory for a few of us who are going to get stomped by Yoshi on the way. Here we are in our pool today, Pool 4. I have labeled it the deep end. Our old format had letter grades. This would have, or letter pools. This would have been Group D in that. So the deep end, and partially because this group is very deep. I like being smart. Corey, Foxy, FFR, I've all had a lot of tournament appearances, a lot of great performances. Breadpan's new to the community, but already showing a little bit of that depth of playability. And here we are in a match that's on paper quite a bit one-sided, but we're going to be looking for a few different things. What you looking at here, Six, in this matchup?
Well, I am looking for a pretty sick performance from Breadpan to have any chance here. From all the matches we've seen, every single player in this tournament has at least their moments of brilliance. The difference between the lower seeds and the higher seeds is just how many times that happens each stage on getting exactly what they wanted. So, Foxyman sometimes has a few bad stages in a run, but usually not more than a few, while Breadpan's attacks have been a little bit more all over the place and dropped, and can sometimes get good times, but sometimes can have stages cook a little bit too long. So... Yep. And I think from what we've seen so far, I think that 20th seed qualifying is a little bit deceiving. I mean, you look at the fact that he only submitted a qualifying time in 1 category. That really doesn't change too much about his ability, but changes a lot about the number next to his name. And the 2 matches we've seen him in so far, I think he's certainly going to be outmatched by Foxy's elite level play today. But he's certainly a lot better than that number next to his name might lead you to believe. I think he's definitely, to your point, everyone's had that flash of brilliance, and I think Breadpan's got a good chance to take 1 game here. My prediction is Foxy in 4, but I think Breadpan's going to take 1 round here somewhere, snipe 1 off, maybe in hard or V hard where there's a little more variance. We've seen a couple of those upset rounds being easy and normal though, so who knows where it's going to shake out. It's still the most possible to snipe Foxyman in a game in a mode like V hard, and I'm sure he's gonna try and put on 400 degrees of pressure for 30 to 45 minutes. But I don't think Foxy is going to probably sweep this pretty well.
We'll see how this shakes out. I think there's going to be some spice to it, and regardless of how it does, looking for some good play from both. Maybe some sick swag we can all feast our eyes upon and enjoy watching. So without too much further ado, Six, would you take us away?
All right, we have Foxyman, we have Breadpan. They are going to duel at this very moment. Or right now.
At this very moment needs to be it now. I'm gonna write a memo over to Cards. He needs to fix that from now on. And no, they didn't start without us. Looks like Foxy's just now getting his preload of V-Hard there ready to go. Red backgrounds on one side. Let's see where Breadpan's at, and we're getting ready.
Yep, less mistakes if you preheat the red.
Preheat the red or preheat the bread, either one. And there we go, the preload on Breadpan's side as well. Gonna be no false starts here today. I say that as someone who's done it exactly once, and will and will hopefully never do it again.
Hover the controller awkwardly over the button code and the start split key. It's just too much for
actually,
a situation like this.
It's not too bad for me. I actually tie my start split key to the select key, so it's a 4-button press on the controller. It's not too bad. But, in my case, my L key broke that day, so I couldn't do the code, and I didn't know until we tried to start. So, even if you know you're gonna hit it, you don't know if your controller's gonna bust. So, just pre-do it.
We have match.
That a little bit of an early drop already from Foxy, but he's recovering all right, getting some combos in there. V-Hard, we're gonna see a little bit of clearing from these bows at the speeds that they play at. It's 21 on a dropped opener, not bad at all from Foxy.
Both players needed multiple attacks, but Foxy's follow-up a little bit better. Breadpan still trying to find the combos for a finisher.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, we knew the qualifying times on Breadpan. He had his qualifying, his leaderboard times were on easy mode. I wonder if the slower speeds are where he feels a little more comfortable.
Foxyman got his entire attack in 7 seconds and killed Bumpy 3 seconds later.
A 10. I wonder if Breadpan's just going to use a V-Hard as a warm up to try and write it off, know that he's up against Foxy, who's just a buzzsaw, and then just be ready to come back at him in the next couple rounds. We'll see. The mentality's tough, and if he's screen watching, and I don't know if he is, but you see a 10 over there, it's kind of hard to ignore.
Ooh, Foxyman trying to pillar kill Poochie, and he does, even with those follow-up combos at the end.
Yeah, Poochie almost got a little small ticky-tack clear that would have probably bought a little bit of time, but Foxy with some good timing. And Breadpan having a little bit of trouble topping off Bumpty here. I think I've seen Breadpan going for a couple clear chain setups that just has not had the cursor speed to get to what he's going for, and that's a tough thing to learn, is not just seeing it, but being able to do something with it and know that you can actually make it. Meanwhile, 14 on Foxy's side.
Multiple
Keeps on
combos and a short attack chain. All you really need. Yeah, it's sometimes tricky to not get lost in the sea of panels to try and find something as they all fall together.
Yeah, every once in a while too, you'll have the number flash just in front of the colored block that you needed, and you have a hard time seeing it until it's too late or whatever.
UI, please.
Right. Follow up from Foxy's a bit short.
He's trying for more combos. Another pretty long stage.
Froggy's gonna burn some time. Okay, not a true conch kill, but close enough. Gets the job done. Meanwhile,
lines of panic combos, why not?
yeah, that 1 minute 11 second bumpty really put Breadpan behind here. Let's see if he can make some of that time up with some clean levels from here.
He's finding a chain or two, but not linking them into further chains.
Meanwhile, Foxy a little bit short again, gets cleared on. Good, some good combo follow-up right here might be enough, depending on second tier, of course, Blarg.
Buy some stop time with the 6 combo, but not a lot.
Yeah,
okay.
Burned a little bit of time there, but it's fine. Everything's fine. And there's the finish on Poochie there from Breadpan. Got quite a bit of a lead here from Foxy, as we expected, especially here on V-Hard. Giant trolling is really what's going to be the only thing to have a chance to bring this one back in at this stage. But we've seen some of it already this tournament. If anyone has any doubt, go check out some of our recent matches. Shoutouts to Conch.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, there we go.
Had to send basically the entire field of fish to eventually crush them. So that's what you gotta do, and you gotta fight fast.
Yeah, sometimes you need 8 lines, sometimes you need 10, sometimes you need, 24, it feels like.
Yeah, you can see Foxyman has enough time to not only get the chains, but also to weave in more bonus stuff into those attacks.
Nice.
He doesn't have to wait as many times to send.
He cut his opening and was building up his follow just in case, and didn't end up needing it. The 11-second Raven. He's getting into cave right around 5 minutes. This is some really nice pace from Foxy.
Any mode, you're very happy getting into the cave in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a good benchmark all around. A little bit faster, a little bit slower, depending on your speed, but that's...
Potentially cuts off the 5 chain, probably because he saw Hoopo going very high. Ooh. Barely gets to that match. If nothing chains, probably die here because there's no shake time. Yep.
Yeah. I had like maybe 2 or 3 frames after that stopped. I had almost no stop time left. We're on pretty good pace here. I don't think Foxy's in any PB watch situation here, but he's certainly in the realm of putting up a very, very good no reset style run here. Nice little disconnected 8 right there. Love those.
The variance mostly comes into play when there's very similar skill or tech levels, but in this case, all the staging is just because Foxyman has the better gameplay. A little bit of trolling from Plant.
I think that joke was I think that joke was a little dry, 6.
Mm-hmm. Do not disagree. Sub 8 possible as Foxyman goes into the second to last stage of V-Hard.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Breadpan powering his way through, trying to figure out a way to get a 5 combo in there and couldn't find it. Readjust is nice. It's interesting. Sometimes you get a runner at a certain point and you can just kind of see, based on where the cursor is, what exactly they're thinking. And you watch them do the mental reroute on the fly, and you can pretty clearly tell what it is they're looking at. Some nice little moves here. He just needs to chain them well together. Mm-hmm. Foxy closing out great on that Kamek. 22 seconds, heading into Bowser at about 7:30-ish. Definitely sub 8 possible here. We'll see how Bowser complies or doesn't comply.
Breadpan has been getting better follow-up attacks in the recent stage, just those minute-plus early stages are all the difference in the world right now. 4 chain, cutting it off because there were like 3 combo lines. Is this... There's no match immediately. Wow, if Bowser didn't mash it horizontally, I think he would have been dead in like 12.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, now he's going into chain mode.
that definitely had the cheese possibility there, but Bowser found it. 23, not bad at
Still
all,
very
though.
good.
Absolutely, just blazing his way through. Got a few unfortunate clears at certain times, but none of them damaging too bad in any way, shape, or form. Finishing with an 8:10, very, very solid no reset race type time. And there we go. Breadpan's finishing up his Raven and heading into Cave. I think to your point, Six. We've talked about this multiple times in the tournament. A couple different, terminologies have been used. Margin of troll, margin of RNG. You need to be within a certain distance, be in striking distance of your opponent if that randomness strikes and you get a chance. And really, that's where we're at today. Is it just a little bit of that hit Foxy, but Breadpan simply was not in the same speed category on this match right here, on this round at least, to be able to take advantage of it. We'll see if that changes on the other game speeds.
I think the most important thing is that they cannot die if they are not topped off.
That is rule one of winning at one of these games, at Tetris Stack, at PPL. You can't win if they're not topped off. There's just no scenario where it happens.
And every second you don't threaten them, you give them that little bit of extra time to find extra trolls or set up for extra trolls, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, Breadpan's setting up a lot over here and messing his own setup up. He's at that stage, I think, where he's kind of panic chaining.
It's a decent attack. Oh, there's nothing above it.
Yeah, I think he was working on trying to better his chain there, and just kind of messed up the stuff he had already set up for himself. I know that's something I've been on the wrong end of my own problems before. And oh no. The stack raise when he didn't have something immediately ready to go takes the loss. Gonna reset the stage here. That might actually be good for him, though. He didn't really seem to have anything topped off, didn't have a lot of ammunition. Maybe a quick, reset strat style and mental reset might be what he needs here.
Just a few of these, techniques or reaches that you can't quite get to with your speed, or if you can, just a little bit tapping too fast for your own good and getting a little bit out of control, and one missed input can really just mess up your plan there.
Absolutely.
I've been stressing finding the combos and chains that are near you within your possibility of speed, take the path of yeast resistance. Makes it much less likely to drop things and actually get to all of the attacks that you want to make for an opening.
Yeah, no, it's a hard thing to learn, certainly. You start improving, you start looking at, oh, hey, I can do this, I can do that. You grab something once and you go, oh, I love that pattern. Let me do that, and then your eyes start gravitating towards it. And just measuring, okay, do I actually have the time to make that chain or that combo swap, before something falls, is really tough to learn sometimes. And all of us, I think, have fallen into the trap of trying to do more than we can actually get to. And we've seen a little bit of that here when Breadpan gets a clear option. It's certainly able to execute and find it. It's just occasionally, trying to overextend past that speed a little bit there.
The thing with the highest difficulty is that it is the most punishing for not sending a big attack to the opponent, because they will send a big attack to you in response. And then you're just clearing their garbage, and chains are not dropping until you drop the chain from the garbage clears that can take a really long time depending on how big the block is, and it's just a double whammy.
Yeah, and I think something that gets all runners at some point, certainly something that gets me is, and it happens on VHard a lot for whatever reason. You'll set something up, you'll have something great, and you'll go to make the catch, if it's a catch or a swap, and either you'll double swap or your timing will be just off. And then not only did the swap not work in your chain, and it broke the chain, but now you've got blocks in places that didn't actually clear. Like there's all these extra blocks that you didn't account for suddenly on the board, and you're having to readjust on the fly. And usually that happens a couple times in a row because you're still trying to figure out, your new plan now that your old one fell apart. Oh no. This plant just being extremely rude to Breadpan here. Three losses here. Breadpan picking it back up, coming back again.
Yeah, it's very interesting, learning that from also later games in the series, because in the hardest difficulties of Pokemon Puzzle League, all of my attacks were responding to really fast AI's garbage attacks and just winning through huge games of attrition. But you can't dilly-dally like that in a speedrun. And in something like Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, if you don't have basically the DPS in the higher difficulties, you literally can't win ever. So all of them kind of form your game in certain ways to, eventually force you to, find those better chains.
Exactly.
If you want 100% it.
Yeah, and really, I mean, in a lot of those situations as well, but certainly at high-level play here, getting those extra combos into your chains. Raw chaining's super important. Just being able to, work your way up to X9, X10 chain in most situations will do the job of topping the opponent off. But, being able to find the combos either inside your chain preferred, but sometimes you can't, and you just need to be able to panic combo like crazy. We saw Foxy do that on a couple stages where his opener wasn't right where he needed it to be. Just start dropping combos, just a bunch of them. Just start spamming the screen, fill it up, and get those opponents topped off. There we go. Breadpan finishing off the plant finally.
It's not a bad idea to just start by practicing your chains solely, and then have your attack be a ginormous chain block. It will top them off. They will die eventually.
Right, and that's, the first beginner strat, I would say, is do whatever you can to top the screen off. Don't worry about how. From there, you start to learn, better ways to do it as far as getting the opponent taken down, shake time reduction, all of those things. But, the very first focus needs to be, learn to make enough to fill the screen on the other side. And you get that little by little with practice. Marathon mode, working on chaining, or, heck, even puzzle mode, helps you learn to see the patterns for all of the combos that you want to drop. And just plain experience, playing versus mode, you start to learn, you start to see, oh, this showed up for me right here. How'd I never notice that? We've had multiple people comment, over the last couple tournaments and years, five combos are so important, and learning to see them is something that can be a big help. And every single one of those pieces, you start to put them together. There we go. Kamek going down in one try. 126.
All of these tournament VODs, every player's individual stream footage, all of it can help you find these patterns and these formations and get them in there, incorporating to your own game.
absolutely. I think the most valuable thing any one of the players in this tournament can do, and I encourage every one of them to do it, if they want to, improve, is go back and watch your own matches again. With a fresh eye, you're able to see some of the things that in the heat of the moment you might not have been able to. You can start to see patterns that you might not have. You can see where your mistakes were, and start working on how to fix them. The second thing I'd say is, if you're able to watch some of the VODs of the other players and have an eye towards second tier Bowser, rude. And have an eye towards, something that you personally want to improve on. If you want to improve board vision, go watch Forky or Cards. If you want to improve, how to apply your cursor speed, go watch FFR. If you want to improve, watch and learn how to improve anything, watch Yoshi. There's and any other player that you played against who beat you, or maybe even ones that you won. Go back and watch for something. See what they're doing different than you. See what their patterns they're picking. Everybody looks at a board and says, "Oh, I see a
nice lag chain Bowser.
I see this combo sitting here." And then you watch someone else play that same board and pick a different match. Maybe they're seeing something you're not. Maybe it's worse. Maybe it's better. And learn how to see what's what. Oh no. Okay. Good adjustment there. If he had made that 5, I think he didn't have the blocks in the right arrangement to survive. He adjusted that to a 4.
So,
all right.
Yeah, it's a case where you're seeing something, but you can't. Your mind isn't responding to it in time based on the speed level of the game.
Yeah, and that's another thing, and multiple runners have mentioned it. Conch mentioned it begrudgingly. Playing on some of the lower speeds or lower speed modes can give you a chance to work on specific parts of your game and then reapply them to the other speeds. That opener just did not fall where he wanted it to, and Breadpan takes a quick death there. Play on easy mode, work on your chaining on easy mode, and the game speed's just a little different. You can grab some things that you couldn't and then work your way back up. That's a great option as well.
May have the chain here. Missed it, but immediately finding a follow-up.
Good job finding the follow-up there. Combo. It was just a 4, but it was something.
Still needs a bit more because he's down stacking.
He's gonna need more.
No panic.
Yeah, he's got so much there. He needed to clear it. No panic for him. Setting up some more follow. Okay. Chain a combo. That might be enough to top after this clear. It was, but Bowser had an immediate clear ready for him.
A little bit more ammo, and Bowser is toast! We did it!
Shout out to Conch. He's going to be giving Breadpan the negative point there on the crush kill. There was no garbage on the screen in that moment that Bowser died, but we take those. We absolutely take those. The inverse Conch, I think, as someone dubbed it.
Full panels. Alright, so that happens sometimes. Yeah. Clear mind.
Breadpan gutted it out. It didn't go the way he wanted to, but he finished. You wash your hands of it and move on. But we are going to head to round 2. But first, foxyman gets his first star. There we go. Love that beautiful bouncing star. Mm-hmm. Fantastic work on the layout. Shoutouts to Cards for all the work he's done on it. Looks amazing.
The term anti-conch, just full of panels and you die. Nice.
Anti-conch. Okay, yeah, conch clarifying. I think we had the reverse conch, the negative conch, the inverse conch. I think he went with anti-conch, so. Let's see. Breadpan choice here for round 2. Let's see, get that one out of his head. Figure out where he wants to go next. We'll see what game mode he picks.
If you were just missing a lot of stuff in the hard speed, maybe you can catch a lot more of them in the easy or normal speeds.
Yeah, that's certainly a thought. I wonder if the speed was getting to him. Perhaps he's going to feel like hard mode might not treat him as well, and thinks he has a better chance on easy or normal in whichever order to pick up a game. That might be the thought here. See where he goes with it. Right, Foxy going around. I think we're still in the race room, waiting to decide here.
Watch the -1 power.
And normal mode it is. I think that's a good call here. As I mentioned before, I wonder if Breadpan feels most comfortable on easy mode. And I think that's his back to the wall game mode, and he's saving that one for game 3. And then normal would be the little bit of a step down on speed here. That seems like a good move given those thoughts.
Once you can maintain those speeds, you can then start to see the same formations at higher speed and see if you can get to them. I think definitely on PPC, maybe on PPL as well. There is actually an extremely slow practice mode. It will definitely give you the time to see chains as panels pop incredibly slowly.
Yeah, I've almost thought about that for like if someone could make a practice mode that would pause, like you could pause between, matches or something. But yeah, that's the slow practice mode works kind of the same idea there.
And we're off.
Breadpan with a decent open, Foxy with a great open.
Getting exactly enough and not getting punished for not sending that extra line. The slow rising stack kills him.
Lakitu could have cleared him, but was going for the greens underneath instead of the ones actually touching the block. AI never change. We love the kooky random things you do.
Lux being able to get down hearts from the entire opposite side of the board. Still needs some follow-ups, but starting an attack immediately.
Yeah, a little short on the opener for Foxy, but a good follow-up once again. Quick 17.
I'm getting a couple more chains, and this follow-up should be good.
That was a good follow-up from Breadpan there. 24, very nice. Had a third set of follow-ups there ready to go too. Really looking to kick it into gear there and make up a little bit on that V-hard time that didn't treat him so well. Meanwhile, Foxy's still just burning and churning through here. Okay, that Poochie could have had a chance, but certainly, oh no.
He started with the 8.
Do we have a... Do we have a pause over there on Breadpan's side? Foxy's still going. I don't think we've heard any word from the match yet, or any...
Breadpan turned on turbo by accident.
I don't know. I'm seeing his cursor trying to do something here. He may have some issue.
By turning it off and turning it on again?
Right now, Breadpan's got a couple issues rising. See if he can get it fixed. Unfortunately, for all involved, one of the few games where turbo mode would be extremely difficult to be useful in any way, shape, and form.
I was thinking about that, like... Where would that come into play?
We don't unfortunately do... I mean, for that usage, we don't do any single input that many times in a row without putting another input somewhere in between it. Like, that's where it's useful, is if you have to mash A, you know, a couple hundred times or whatever. And we simply don't, so it would just be in the way.
I think during the swap of a panel frame, you can't die. And so if you do that literally every frame, you are technically immortal, but...
Alright, looks like we are probably going to... redo this one here. Working on getting that reset up here. Let's see if Breadpan can get his issues figured out, and we'll get back and get a restart on round 2 here. Unfortunate, Breadpan started out pretty cleanly there through two stages, but you could see late in that bumpty stage, something wasn't working the way he wanted it to, and you know, he figured out why.
Still better than thinking you got a sick V hard PB, but you were actually on pink hard.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Breadpan, I think check in to make sure his inputs are going through clean now. And I think we are ready to restart here. All right, away we go. Game 2. First try every time.
Alright, Foxyman going for 5 combos. Or 5 chains.
Love those cross 5s in the middle of a chain. It's one of the best ways to weave those combos in the middle. 13, nice start. Breadpan had a decent opener, but just one line shorted it there. And Lakitu's going to make him pay on it. And his follow was one line short too, but it worked out with the slow rise. Okay. Foxy's not finding what he wants. Took him a minute there, but it looks like he's kind of recovered and figured himself out. Got a good attack put together now.
No, he got there now. I have noticed the tech some other people in this tournament have done. In the slower speeds, you're sometimes slow enough that you can actually start with just a combo that doesn't chain, and just immediately find a chain starting somewhere else to intentionally glue all the garbage together.
Yeah, I wonder if that was what he was going for. He seemed to be trying to start a couple chains and not being able to, but you know, if that was a version of an intentional strat, that's beautiful too. Love a good 9 combo, especially those drop 9s. 1
clear, 2 clear.
Second tier clear for
Red
bonus
clear.
And chain.
Now there's a blue clear. Nope.
Okay.
Decent doggo.
Not too bad of a doggo considering the trolling that was happening there. Went X5, but I didn't see any combos on Breadpan's side. So that's probably not. Oh, we got 1. Is 1 and nope, not quite enough.
Too much of a down stack.
Yep. There's a chain with a 5 combo in there. let this one drop Breadpan, and okay, there's a good top off now on Poochie. Meanwhile, a good attack there on Wiggler on Foxy's side,
We're just buying stop time.
Just
Okay,
buying
2 pillars
stop
on each
time.
side.
Yeah, the 2 pillars on normal mode, they're just not going to have the cursor speed to do anything about it. But wasting time in the meantime, leaving Wiggler as Breadpan's going into Wiggler. Ooh, Breadpan just making it. Get a couple extra bonus combos in on that chain.
Those extra combos look good.
Yeah, fell to an immediate clear, but that immediate clear kind of messed a little bit of the timing up, but good follow-ups.
Still needed a few more, but is getting there sub 30 most of the time now.
Yeah, Foxy's opener was a little weak, but once again, his follow-up is strong. Drops it right in. Solid 22 there on Froggy.
There is sometimes nothing you can do about getting to clears at some point. If you really have hot guys, you can maybe extend a chain in anticipation that they're going to clear something off the top, but
yeah, in easy mode that's viable at times, but outside of easy mode, it's really tough to do that. Most of the time, you just have to accommodate for the fact that they're probably going to clear at some point and just be ready to follow up and minimize the damage. Not a lot of stuff going to be sitting there on Froggy after this.
Okay.
So that should be good. Yep. Foxy heading into fish.
Sets up for an 8, finds a way to make it keep chaining.
There we go.
5th chain, cutting it off with 1 extra combo. Should be plenty of lines.
But the red right there from fish to be able to do something about it. Good follow. Lots of good follow all the way around here. Not quite enough on Breadpan's side. Trying to get
this is not quite chaining.
Extended chain, just couldn't quite get to it, yeah.
There he goes. Blarg might stall for a little bit longer, but will then go down shortly.
Yep, that pancake stack there on the top of Blarg did the job in the end. Once again, a nice setup attack there from Foxy. Got some combos in there. Are they going to be enough? Yes, they are. 16. Very nice.
That side of Breadpan stack is a little short. Just needs a bit more ammo.
Ended up going for
Please find some more combos.
4.
That works.
7.
7 was between the 4, so it should be a decent combo sandwich to get the fish. There we go.
There you go. 2 lines of garbage did the job. We love those.
Block gonna try and find the follow-up combos on
Hook Bill.
He just downstacks enough.
Yeah, the 1 line short, the slow rise, but he had enough time to do the down stack thing. He's going up second tier, but is probably not going to have enough time for those yellows. Yeah. Okay.
That happens sometimes. No need to feel sourdough about it. Still got pretty good lead. Ooh.
What these opponents do to you might be a bit crummy, but it's all good in the end, no matter which way you slice it.
Okay, decent cave entrance time from Breadpan, all things considered.
Absolutely. A lot of combos in there. Had to actually work pretty hard to cut that chain on Foxy's side.
A few more combos. The plant is getting the 5.
Yeah. He's got a lot of follow-ups. I don't know if the plant's going to have any time to be able to do anything.
But no shake time.
No.
And a 21 plant, 1 stage from clearing the normal.
Yeah. Normal goes 11 stages. We're heading to Kamek next. Got some Hocus Pocus in store. We'll see how much. Meanwhile, extending the chain, X5.
Hey, that's the attack.
Cuts it off right there.
Right pillar.
Okay, that right pillar did the job. There we go. And Breadpan playing pretty well here. Didn't have as good of an open as I think he would want, but certainly played well since about stage 3 or 4 onward, and is putting some good time on this.
Barely getting to a bunch of extra combos that needed to get
the
Kamek
combos.
at 16.
The combos did it, finishing off Kamek. Very very solid time there. Anything kind of sub 7:30 is good time, and down from there for really excellent times, but certainly a good normal time showing there from Foxy.
Oh, that's all wombo but no combo. Okay. But a few more lines was gonna get this plant. That's what's needed. Okay. Yeah. Seems a lot more stable on the normal mode and the speed and being able to get to everything.
Yeah, playing well here. Certainly got some of those execution kinks out of the way. Let's see how he finishes off here on Kamek, and then we'll see where he goes on race 3. I think you and I are both thinking he's probably going to go easy mode, and considering how much better his play has been here on normal, I think that's a game speed factor, and certainly will be something that he should figure. Little bit of a walk across attempt didn't quite work out for him there, messed up the chain timing, but decent follow. He needs a little bit. Few more combos. Yeah,
that was a 4 and a 4.
Yeah, lots of 4s in here. The easiest combos to find, but you need twice as many of them. But that does the job. 39 finishing it off. Very, very nicely finished by Breadpan. Good, strong finish. I think he's there at an 8:53 final time. Final time for foxyman, 7:19. Very, very nice showing. Showing why he's rated so highly on this, and certainly showing his skill, getting himself the 2nd star. Now we're heading on in here for game 3. Once again, Breadpan choosing. Let's see where he ends up going. My money's on easy mode. I think you're thinking the same thing, Six.
Yeah, the V-Hard trolling wasn't the problem. It was like the V-Hard speed of not being able to maintain that many things. Although, there is one major difference between hard in that it doesn't require you to send as many extra lines for a follow-up attack, because they're not going to get to them in time. Like in V-Hard, you have to send twice as many lines as they currently need because we're going to downstack. Why are you snoring? Come on.
Was that Six Cat we're hearing there?
It is the emotional support dog on my arm that is getting too comfortable.
You need extra emotional support watching this game and all the salt, but here we are.
Oh yeah, it's also a good desalinization tool.
But hey, without a little bit of salt, bread just tastes bland, so we need that in our lives.
And a bit of sugar. Make it more cakey.
And we're off. It is easy mode indeed, as we thought it might be. Let's see how this shakes out. Final chance for Breadpan here. And Foxy with a nice opener, not really taking any chances. X5 should be enough with the combos he had there, and indeed it is. Excuse me, Lakitu. Nice little 4 combo just to buy a little bit of time. 18 on his side, 20 on Breadpan's side.
Lakitu on Breadpan's side, pretty cooperative, so good first stages from both, really.
Ooh, barely making it to extend that chain. 1 extra link there from Breadpan's side. He's got a lot of setups that he's doing that really are requiring him actively getting to them, and a few of them he's barely gotten to it. Meanwhile, Foxy has really shown on a lot of these, and if you pay close attention to how he sets up his chains, he'll set up 2 or 3 links and then head off somewhere else on the board and work on some more stuff to add together. Kind of set him and forget him type of situations.
Mm-hmm. You have the time to search for all of these extra combos as chains, as you know these panels pop really slowly. Boom! So that you don't have to send that big a chain if you can just spot something from another part of the board immediately. Still, the big chain will get there, but like these time differences are mostly the extra combo so far.
Absolutely. Foxy's so consistent on these. Even on the ones that he misses, his follow-up's been very consistent today, as it usually is.
Like, he has the next chain ready, but he's not loafing around. He immediately, like, adds something else to it, and there's a nice wiggler.
21. You saw his little nod of approval there. We take those.
Couple more combos from Breadpan, and this wiggler should go down. Not that far behind, all things considered.
Setting up a nice little couple sets of 5 in the middle of that chain there for Foxy. Let's see here, dropping a good timing with an immediate follow-up there. That Froggy's gonna get one little clear and not much more. Going X6 over on Breadpan's side. That might have been enough with a couple combos, but by itself was not. See if Frog goes down for those yellows or just sits there with his cursor on the same spot doing nothing.
Sometimes they just stop and give up and say, "You got this, man."
I wonder if that was the case where the ooh, nice job pulling that block to cut the chain off, Foxy, to try and make sure that it dropped. I wonder if that was one of the cases. Sometimes the AIs try to make swaps on the garbage blocks themselves. I wonder if that. I mean, the cursor was sitting on there. No real way to know if that's what it was, but that's certainly something they do every once in a while as well.
Drop the extra garbage, and Blarg has a convenient clear. Oh well.
Blarg has some convenient chains going on here too. Okay, just the next 2.
Foxyman getting in the 6 combo, then a 5 combo, then a 4 combo, then a 6 combo in each of the follow-up chains. That is
Absolutely.
lines for days.
Yep. 4 combos are not evil, folks. Just don't rely on them. Have one of them in there every once in a while. They're your friend. 1. Don't or go full tie and just make 80 of them. That works too.
Technically, yeah.
Shoutouts to Ty, who we'll see later today. But he's had a few matches where I've been watching and I go, that's you're making 4s. That's not going to do any good. And then you look up and it's just 2 giant stacks of just all of those smaller blocks. You know, it does the
slide in
job.
very nicely.
Yep.
We have a 1 stage gap with 2 stages to go.
Yep. Easy mode. We go 10 stages. Plant is the big boss of easy mode. And not a lot of time left here to catch up, but Breadpan keeping it within a stage. Absolutely what you need to do, especially if you're against an opponent you feel you're a bit outmatched on or outclassed on. You just got to keep it close. If something happens, if the trolling appears, which in this game it always eventually does, just be close enough to do something with it.
Yeah,
take
8
advantage
combo.
somehow. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow. Very nice from Breadpan.
Foxyman sent a similar attack, so no time makeup, but yeah, Breadpan, you know, when you dial down the speed like that, he is on the crest of being able to keep up with the best. 1 more stage, and Foxyman will take this in a sweep, though. Let's see how his final attack is going to be.
A little bit of a drop on the attack on Breadpan's side, but a really solid recovery. This game speed clearly is working a little bit better here. Going X8. Let's see what.
I have no idea if
Foxy
that was
got.
an intentional cutoff on Foxyman's side, but it seems to work out very well because Piranha's not addressing the right pillar, and that
Absolutely.
is a very solid easy time.
Absolutely. And he had that 8 combo that he dropped as a follow-up just in case. He was ready for it. And Plant goes down, finishing it off. Low 6's time is, in that 6:12 was his final time there. Absolutely solid time. You love to see those. Little bit of trolling here, but I don't think Hookbill had much else to work with there. So getting that finished off on Breadpan's side. One more stage to go. Was within about a stage and a half at the end there. That's certainly a good showing on Breadpan's side.
Mm-hmm. Alright, close this out nicely. Finding the 4 combo in there. Finding the lag chain in there.
Nice.
Maybe just 1-2 more lines. Find follow-up here.
I think he fell into the same trap that a lot of us have. Oh, ooh. The lag chain looks so pretty. I must have made so many lines. And I think he thought he had more than he did. But he's working on a follow-up here. That's what you need to do. He's going to drop it. He's going to be topped off. That'll work.
And
there we go. Vegetarians rejoice. We have a dead plant.
Mm-hmm.
Solid finish. 7:33. Good time from Breadpan there. Finishing it off strong. A little bit of trolling there in the cave, but certainly improved every stage through the 3 races here today, making it a little bit closer each time. But in the end, Foxyman, his consistency and his speed was too much. He get himself the 3rd star and the win banner.
And with those times, I don't think there was anybody that could have caught him today. That's incredibly solid, really.
Yeah, that's a tough set of times to catch on pretty much any day at all. So great showing from Foxyman. Really making good times that sometimes you're playing a little bit off and someone can snipe one off you. Foxy made sure to keep that door nicely closed and locked, so he was able to take that 3-0 sweep. Make sure he held on to it there.
And the standings have set up the clash that we all knew was inevitably going to happen. The bracket spots are determined, but who's going to be the first out of this group between FFR and Foxyman? Hi,
Yep,
Punker.
I believe FFR and Foxy have mathematically secured their spots. It's just a matter of which order, and the 2 of them are going to clash. And really, I mean, this was the match that we all circled in red when the pools were first announced. We knew it was going to be a big one, and it's upcoming. Meanwhile, Breadpan has been improving little by little, improved throughout just this match. Certainly gonna end up being a scary matchup for somebody in Redemption, and may very well make some noise in that Redemption tournament going forward. Love to see new runners come and join our community. The base skill is there. Certainly has played the game plenty. Just needs to work on how to apply it a little bit more consistently, and that's, I think, everybody in this tournament has had that fight of trying to get more consistency, and most of us are still in that fight trying to get more consistency.
Just a little more practice time in the oven, and you're gonna get something very tasty out of it. So I'm looking forward to hopefully sticking around in more tournaments.
Absolutely, but in the meantime, you got to let the bread rest and rise a little bit first. So we're getting there little by little.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it for match 1 today. Let's look ahead at what else we got going on. So Foxy Breadpan in the books. Still 3 more fantastic matches left to go today. Next up, Pool 3, Cards of Heart Lunar Chimera. This one's gonna be spicy. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Card's a clear favorite, but it's certainly, the way Lunar's been playing so far this tournament, this is not a gimme by any stretch. I am really looking forward to this one. And Six, I know you're looking forward to some chaos in that match. That's your pool.
Wait a second. This is the one time I do not want chaos. I do not want Lunar to pop off, because that would make things extremely worrying in that group. But for many reasons, I have a lot of interest in watching the next match. So it's going to be pretty hype either way.
The implications for that group are very strong in this one. We're starting to wind down on group stage, and there's some very consequential matches. That's going to be one of them. And then the last two matches of the day today are going to be Pool 2. Kaneo and Tulker is going to be a good one. Another matchup here of pretty similar level players, and so it's going to be real interesting to see who pulls it out. And I think we're going to have a real knockdown, drag out kind of match there. And then speaking of closely skilled players, Tayman and Tai, the top two expected to advance out of the group. Whether or not they will be able to do it and in what order, again, we may be determining that today. That one's going to be a real banger to close out the week.
Any final thoughts on the performance here from two players just went off?
This was a great match. I mean, we had Foxy over here showing why he's seated where he is, why he's had some of the tournament finishes that he's had, showing that consistency that really is the big thing lacking out of Breadpan's play. Breadpan's got the base skill, and he just needs to figure out where to apply it and get that consistency going. And he's gonna be a great competitor going forward on future tournaments, it looks like.
Foxy showed that he's definitely a top contender. He's going to be a real threat against FFR in that match in the last week. And for reasons that I am not sure of, I now want a sandwich.
Oh, man. I've got one more pun. I've been trying to work out how to get us out of a jam. But, maybe a little bit of butter and some jam is really what we're all calling for here today.
We made it.
We made it. So... Oh man, no more. Before we can drop any more puns on you, I think that's gonna call it a wrap. For those of you watching on YouTube, thanks for joining us. Check out the rest of the matches from the tournament. There's been some great ones, and there will be some great ones going forward. For those of you here with us on Twitch, we got 3 more fantastic matches today, so stick around. For 6, for BB Forky on the restream today, for head tournament organizer Cards of the Heart, for both of our fantastic runners today, I'm Tetris Tacker, and happy puzzling.
Yeah.